All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. This lesson is going to be going into two different accounts, each of which are going to be somebody getting sick. And one reaction is going to be the right way. The other reaction is going to be the wrong way. Okay. And so, Lord willing, is a fine lesson. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and get straight to it. This is 2 Kings chapter 1. And I'll start at verse 1. It says, Then Moab rebelled against Israel after the death of Ahab. And Ahaziah fell down through a lattice in his upper chamber that was in Samaria and was sick. And he sent messengers and said unto them, Go, inquire of Baalzebub, the god of Ekron, whether I shall recover of this disease. And so you have a lot of people calling upon Jesus. You have a lot of people calling upon the various different gods of these different nations that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai tells us not to, pray to any god outside of Yahweh himself, man. Okay. And through his son Yahweh Shai. Okay. And so the gods of these nations are no matter of fact, I'll get that real quick. Let me see here. Okay. This is Jeremiah. I'll get Jeremiah 5 and 7. Okay. This is Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 7. It says, How shall I pardon thee for this? Matter of fact, let me see here. Yeah, how shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me and sworn by them that are no gods. And when I had fed them to the full, then they committed adultery and assembled themselves by troops in the harlots' houses. Okay. And so our people love to pray to these other deities, man. When they for healing and various different things. And really, that's spiritual adultery, man. That's spiritual fornication. Okay. And so it says thy children have forsaken me and sworn by them that are no gods. So you praying to these other gods, man, that makes the Most High angry. Okay. Verse 9 says, Shall I not visit thee for these things, saith Yahweh, and shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? And that's exactly what's going to happen, man. The Lord is going to have his way with those who are not calling upon him. Okay. We also have Isaiah, the 30th chapter. Okay. Oops. Isaiah 30 and 1, it says, Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me. You see that? So we saw that Ahaziah had requested Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, to see if he was going to recover from that basically the sickness that he had received. It doesn't really go into the details. It just says that he got injured by falling down a lattice, and then he ended up sick. Okay. It says they take counsel, but not of me. So we're supposed to take counsel of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay. And how do we do that? We pray to him. We communicate with him through prayer, man. Talking about, of course, the prophets. And then you seek after the Lord. You're supposed to seek after the Lord, whether you necessarily a prophet or if you're just a believer, man. You seek after the Lord, man. Okay, you can pray to the Lord and ask him to heal you. You know what I mean? As opposed to, calling on and that's what's going to get a lot of our people in a worse position than they're currently in, is them praying to Jesus fervently, but they praying to the wrong God. When this whole time you have been rejecting the name of Yahweh, man. People think that the name of the Lord don't, it don't matter what you call them and all this stuff. Following after their pastors are going to be led to destruction, man. Okay. It says, in that, actually, I'll read verse 1 again, Isaiah 30 and 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Okay. because you already transgressing, which is why we getting punished, which I'll get that in Job chapter 4 real quick. In verse 7, it says, Job 4:7, remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Now, the point of the matter is we are all guilty, man, of transgressing the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So any suffering that we do is because of something that we committed, a transgression that we committed in the past, man. All right, now let's go back to 2 Kings chapter 1. Okay. 2 Kings chapter 1, and I'll reverse verse 2 again. It says, and Ahaziah fell down through a lattice in his upper chamber that was in Samaria, and he was sick. And he sent messengers and said unto them, go, inquire of Baalzebub, the god of Ekron, whether I shall recover of this disease. Okay, now this is Ekron was a city. Ekron was a city of the Philistines, man. Okay, if you go to Ekron, the god of Ekron, which Philistines are Hamites. Okay. Let's see here. The most northerly of the 5 principal cities of the Philistines, located in the lowlands of Judah. Okay. So continuing on. It says verse 3, but the angel of Yahweh said to Elijah the Tishbite, arise, go up to meet the messengers of the king of Samaria and say unto them, is it not because there is not a God in Israel that ye go to inquire of Baalzebub, the god of Ekron? And that's a rhetorical question. Basically Elijah was asking them, is it the reason why that you called upon Beelzebub because there's no power, there's no temple, there's no God in Israel, which is, of course, the answer is no. You know what I mean? The answer is definitely no. Of course, there's a power in Israel, but Jake want to inquire to the, these various different gods as if there is no Most High. You know what I mean? So the punishment, and we're going to read the punishment of that. Verse 4 says, now, therefore, thus saith Yahweh, thou shalt not come down from that bed on which thou art gone up, but shalt surely die. And Elijah departed. So this is the consequence, man, for knowing the name of the Most High and you deliberately, calling upon another name, man, or not trusting in the Lord, man. Okay, it's a dangerous thing. Now, here's the flip side of it. Okay, we got to get the positive side now. Okay, here's an example of somebody who did. This is Isaiah chapter 38, verse 1. It says, in those days was Hezekiah, another king of Israel, well, actually the king of Judah. In those days was Hezekiah sick unto death, and Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos, came unto him and said unto him, thus saith Yahweh, set thine house in order, for thou shalt die and not live. So the prophet, the word of Most High came to Hezekiah saying, look, hey, you gotta get ready to pretty much pass your blessing down to the next son that you're gonna have, because you're not gonna make it from this sickness that you have. Okay, and then this was Isaiah the prophet, Isaiah himself, saying this to Hezekiah. So, of course, he took it seriously. The king Hezekiah took it seriously. In verse 2, it says, then Hezekiah turned his face toward the wall and prayed unto Yahweh. You see that? He didn't pray unto another God. He prayed unto Yahweh. And he didn't pray to Jesus or God, like how, Christians say, oh, dear God, no, specifically called the Lord by his name, Yahweh. Okay. He wasn't saying no Yahweh or Jehovah. He was saying Yahweh, man. He was praying to the Most High because he's speaking Hebrew. And the Lord's name is in Hebrew. It says, and prayed unto Yahweh and said, remember now, O Yahweh, I beseech thee, how I have walked before thee in truth and with a perfect heart, and have done that which is good in thy sight. And Hezekiah wept sore. And so that in itself was a prayer of faith, that the Most High would remember him. Okay. It says, then came the word of Yahweh to Isaiah, saying, go and say to Hezekiah, thus saith Yahweh, the power of David my father, I have heard thy prayer, I have seen thy tears. Behold, I will add unto thy days 15 years. So the Lord answered Hezekiah's prayer, okay, and he added 15 years to his life. Okay, so this is something, man, that is powerful, man. And verse 6 it says, "And I will deliver thee and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria," because that's the I believe it was Shalmaneser, if I'm not mistaken, Shalmaneser the fourth, who ended up taking over the northern kingdom. You know what I mean? Now it may not have been under the rulership of Shalmaneser, but the point is the Assyrian Empire was not taking no prisoners, man. And they was going after the northern kingdom, and same thing with the southern. Okay, but the Lord defended the southern kingdom and delivered the southern kingdom, and you can even read about that in Judith. Okay, even up until the Babylonian Empire, man. The reason why the northern kingdom, why the kingdom of Judea, I'll say it like that, the southern tribes were preserved after the kingdom of Israel fell, or the northern kingdom fell, was because they stuck it out a little bit more with the Lord than the northern kingdom did. Okay, and instances like this can show you details of that. Oops. That was pretty much it on Isaiah 38. I'm gonna go ahead and end it off on this. It's just meant to be a quick lesson in Sirach 38:1. It says, "Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have of him." I'm gonna read it again. Sirach 38:1. It says, "Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which you may have of him. For Yahweh hath created him." So the physician is supposed to be somebody who is using herbs to heal any disorder that you have, or any disease that you have. Okay, the scriptures say, "He that is wise will not abhor the herbs, man, the medicines out of the earth." The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, right? It says in verse 2, for of the Most High cometh healing," which we just read here in Isaiah 38. Okay, it says, "For of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king." Talking about the physician. The physician is going to receive honor of the king if he heals him. Okay, the skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth as a spirit, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Okay, and so and then if you read down, you get more examples. But the point of the matter is, these hospitals that people go to in order to get doctored up and medicined up and get back, quote unquote, healthy. They're not meant to heal you, man. These are not physicians that are cutting off diseases. Okay, this man's medical system is set up to destroy Jake. Okay, and we have to know and understand that, and remember that faith in the Lord is the main ingredient to being healed, man. Now, of course, there are catalysts to that, right? There are catalysts to being healed, and there's also preventative maintenance, man. If you eating like BS, eating all different types of processed foods and candies and stuff that we know that we're not supposed to be consuming, especially on a consistent basis, then we supposed to cut off that stuff because it's poison to us, man. And we know what's more better for us than not. You know what I'm saying? We know how to abstain from stuff that's not good for us. You know what I'm saying? Even if it is quote unquote lawful, even if it may not have pork or shrimp in it, but if it got all type of sugars in it, or soybean oil, and all, of course we can't evade all of this stuff, but a lot of this stuff that BHT, certain chemicals, you're like, damn, what the hell is that? Again, we eat stuff. Don't get me wrong, we eat stuff all the time. That we may not even really know what all type of chemicals in it, meats especially and stuff. But knowing when to fast, and knowing when to only eat pretty much fruits and vegetables for the most part is going to get you in a better position than somebody who just, we just eat food defiled amongst the Gentiles. And no, man, we got to pay attention to what we put in our bodies. Okay, And so, I pretty much just want to go over those two accounts in history of praying to, another God. There's people going to be out here praying to, to Jesus and Mary and all these different gods to heal them. And they're not going to do nothing for them, man. Okay. And then praying to the Most High, we're going to be, the Lord's elect men, we're going to be in straits too. Okay. And so we got to have that expectation of being delivered when we praying in faith. So, I'm gonna go ahead and end it off on that. Lord willing, this was edifying. And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashem Yahweh, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.